Hey, hello everybody. Hi. It seems that my multi-stream chat is, of course, not working because why would it? It never seems to work ever. So just give me a second to throw YouTube up on here because unlike everybody else, I try to not ignore my different chats. That is something that I don't do. So here's the deal. There we go. My wife is away, and I knew she was going to be away. She's on a business trip until Friday, and I was not planning on going live tonight at all. I had no intention of doing it. I had some roster work to do for a few of my members who asked me to do some stuff for them. I had my raid just popped. I have a little bit of Conquest that needs to get done, right? There's just so much, and I was planning to just kind of get that done on my own, and I was sitting here really bored, um, playing through my raid runs. I must have done, I did a few raid runs already, but I must have run this stupid team 50 fucking times to no avail, and I was getting frustrated, and I just said, you know what, I'd rather like there to be people around to keep me company, and we could talk and we can chat, and if you have any questions about Conquest, maybe I can answer those. If you have questions about Relic Delta, I'm sure I've already beat that to death, and there's really not much that I can tell you that you haven't already heard. Speaking of Conquest, before I get into my raid runs, I don't know if you guys all noticed, it really does require some moral support. Sector 1 and Sector 2 were switched out, right? So in the data mine, bonus turns was in Sector 2, and what is it? Buff immunity was in Sector 1. And that seems to be switched, and it's kind of annoying because, we already did infographics and all the creators, we put out stuff, and it's been a pain in the ass. And I don't even know, like, I don't know if it's worth it to put it back out again because it doesn't seem to be like it's affecting things too much. I have done the Rancor raid so far. I ran it on auto with CL. I ran it on auto with both of the teams, and I didn't seem to have any issues with it. I don't know. You might just have to remod your CLS, I guess. Lady Geek, I just assumed you were being quiet in my streams because you tend to be quiet in my streams, and then you pop up and you're like, hey, everybody, like, comment, subscribe. And I go, yeah, listen to Lady Geek and whatever she says. There we go. So that's one for right now. Need to have just a number here. Yeah, I don't once I mod a team, I don't remod them. I will upgrade the mods, but I'll never, damn it, that's two. I'll never just like completely do a remod. So my CLS is modded fairly decently. I don't know the full situation, Lady Geek, but I hope for the best. I know I've dealt with the hospital life before with family members, and I know just how goddamn grating it can be to be in the hospital as a patient, and also to be in the hospital as a family member. So I seriously wish for the best for you guys, and hopefully whatever it is gets situated. What number is this? 4? All right, so now we have the RNG, the correct RNG to at least make an attempt at this. And sometimes I find that I can get it to work, and it really depends on who they hit in wave 3. whether or not I'm going to win or not. How many Conquest refreshes do I do? So tonight I'm going to do 6, just because I happen to be online and I already did 3. I typically only do 3 a day, though. I don't generally go above that unless I have an excess of crystals. Right now, I don't have an excess of crystals, so I generally will stay to 3. Conquest Mile. I did not see that zap. Ooh, what are the Conquest milestone rewards? Conquest milestone event. Let's see. Let's see. Did they put it on Discord? Is that... Oh, there it is. Conquest Community Milestone Event. All right, let's pop this in. Let's check it out, because I guess this must have just launched. Nope, that's the old one. As we start to ramp up the 10th year anniversary, we will be kicking off sooner than later. I can't believe it's been 10 years. I wanted to throw another milestone together, different from what we're used to. As a reminder, I'll do my very best to manually update this every day within said day, and on weekend, the update will come on Monday. Without introduction, I'm sorry, M3. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to do my raid run at the same time. 300,000 conquest boss defeated. 600,000 conquest bosses defeated. 900,000 conquest bosses defeated. 1 point. This actually doesn't seem bad. If you think about like 200,000 active accounts. Well, because nobody wants to beat the bosses multiple times, right? But if you think about having to do the bosses 5, possibly 10 times, we might get there. I could see us getting there. I can definitely see us getting there to the stranger. And that would be super, super, super nice. Definitely super nice if we do. I see it as more possible than, like, sometimes we get those energy awards and you're like, what? How? Do I usually get Sector 1 done in a day? Yes. So I typically do 1 sector a day. 1 plus change a day is what I should say. Yeah, if you think about 10, I think it's definitely possible. M3, you can. I'm telling you, use Kicks and JML. Kicks' basic should be able to do what you need it to do. Let's do that. Right? Because Kicks' basic gives you a stack of profit. And with JML, you can kind of just keep calling him until he gets turns. You don't need Watt. I mean, Watt will make it much easier. And also, Watt doesn't have to survive. He just needs to use tank tech. All right, come on. I need the... Come on! Why? My God. I hate this. I hate this so much. Remember, there's soft cheeses and hard cheeses in this game, right? So there's like the Breeze, which ironically, I'm not a soft cheese person in real life. And then, you know, you have like your... I don't actually even know a hard cheese off the top of my head. A cheddar, I think. The hard cheeses are when you do like everything in one battle. And those are great if you can get them done. But as long as you're doing things on the bonus node, it doesn't matter how many battles it takes. Parmesan. I'm Italian, I should know that. Fuck. Dark side lead press brood. Oh, see, there you go. I didn't think about that one. I'm noticing that I'm not getting the stun more often lately. And I don't know why. That's exactly right, Xander. My wife is on a business trip. So I'm just lonely and bored, and I need a hug. I need all the weirdos to come out of the woodworks and say creepy things to me. Why? And he's not assisting the correct character. See, this is why I did this. Yeah, but even if it takes 20... Hey, Keblock. What's up, buddy? Even if it takes 20 battles to do, as long as those battles are on bonus nodes, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Lady Geek's always in my DMs. Fuck. You have no idea how many of those DMs that I get often. I think the only person who gets creepy DMs more than I do is Vexatron. I've seen Vexatron's, like, he's told me how creepy people are to him. And his nickname is Sexy Vexy, right? Sexatron. I had somebody slide into my YouTube telling me that they had no idea who Vexatron was and that I was the hottest. And I mean, I'll take it at almost 40, but I never thought that I would be sexually harassed on the daily basis while on Twitch, right? I don't know if my DMs have gotten that weird, because Sin hasn't dropped into my DMs. No, Lady Geek, you and I, we... when you drop into my DMs, typically we have like a lovely chat, and sometimes I don't have the time for the full chat, but you and I tend to have a fairly nice rapport whenever you shoot me a message. Come on, we can do this. You wish you were almost 40. Yeah, I know. It's weird because within my community, right, we have a lot of people who are younger than me, but then also a lot of people who are older than me. And I definitely understand the desire to feel younger that some of you feel. Definitely screwed something up on this run, so hopefully... Okay, we got one of them. Got one of them. Nope, that's gonna be a dead. Yep. God damn it. Firm, you literally PM'd me on Sunday. I mean, we didn't get to chat long, but you did. I really want this run. Like, I am getting sick of this run. I'm very much getting sick of this run. I didn't think that I would. I thought the idea that I was getting one over on CG with this one, I was like, oh, okay, like this is great. Like I'm perfect here. But that does not appear to be the case. Come on, we can do this. It's actually harder to do. It's nice to be distracted when you're doing this run, but it is harder when you're distracted. Hands down 100%, because you kind of like forget about the turn meters and you definitely make more mistakes. And I'm getting the worst luck on the RNG here. Listen, Palp, here's the deal. I exist in a world where I grew up with friends. I was saying to Havorius, on maybe last week that when I was in high school, I wasn't very popular, which is actually kind of strange because I played hockey, and it was a hockey town. So I was on the hockey team. So the fact that I wasn't popular just speaks volumes for how terrible I was. And in my school, and I promise this is applicable to what you said, Palpy. In my school, for lunch, you could sit anywhere at lunch, right? You didn't have to sit in the cafeteria. You could sit in any area of the school. And I sat at lunch by the band room. I didn't even play in band. And the people who sat by the band room were the theater kids and the goth kids and the kids who, we didn't really have the word trans yet, but like that's that whole group who didn't realize that about themselves until 15 years later, because that wasn't a thing that was common. So I was not well liked. I was a nerd. We were the bottom rung of social hierarchy at school. And that kind of afforded me a group of friends where we played gay chicken pretty often. And my boundaries are very, very slim. So I laugh at people who say things like no homo, because to me, I'm like, wow, who cares? Like, who? I will tell a man that he's got a sexy voice. I will tell a man that he's got a nice ass. I will never say those things to Phil because I don't want to lie to him. Motherfucker, what the hell is with this tonight? I am so pissed off. Like, so beyond. I have more than once in my life had to explain to men, no, I'm not into you, but I can flirt with a brick wall. Honestly, Dermana, I was just thinking that if I had the Electrium conductors, right now I would R9 my pirates literally to just not do this. And I do. I plan on doing that run. I plan on R9ing. Fuck, I hate this run now. I plan on doing the R9 pirates, and it will make me so happy when I don't have to do this anymore. Lady Geek, I will point out the men in the room with the nicest behinds. Like, I hate this. I hate this so much. I cannot wait until Hondo is R9. Did I ever tell you guys? I think I told the story on Discord once. I'm not sure of the time that I got picked up for. I got successfully picked up for on a by a. I got successfully hit on by a gay man in a Barnes and Noble like 15 years ago. But I also didn't realize he was hitting on me until the next day. It was an interesting time in my life. So he's just like everybody is has a great butt. M3. Oh my god. Have a dick pic. M3, I used to send things like that to people all the time, and I'd send them like pictures of Richard Nixon. So you and I have a very similar sense of humor. Making fun of Phil. I'm always making fun of Phil. That's like my MO. And I was just talking to Phil. Like we're friends. Why can just disguised clone trooper, please just double assist. Holy crap. Help, by the way, you know, I know that you're joking with me. I also am just open with the things that I say. I understand that you're joking. I need this to work because I am so sick of doing this right now. This is... Oh my god. I would like to do my conquest. I really would. I just this fucking run, and I feel like I was getting into a Christopher Walking there. This fucking run, it's not working. Needs more cowbell. I think CG Coffee is angry with me for some of the comments I made about the beta. My favorite furry Phil. He's lovely. Well, you know, I know things I don't want to share that because I don't know if they're public or not, but he's in a good place. Like this is why they allowed this run. This is why they're like, oh, we don't care. Oh my god. I hate this. I might do this run tomorrow because I'm so sick of it. Heard they didn't like hey, the Broncos are number 2 in the league right now. Oh, thank God. All right, let's see how fucked we are here. Man, my brother-in-law came over yesterday, and he is not a football fan at all, but he is like a contrarian. And he came over just to root against the Broncos. Like, that's the only reason that he came over. And when the Cowboys got that early touchdown, and they, you know, he was like cheering, and he was so happy, and he was like, fuck you guys, like, the Broncos suck. And then every other point in that game, it was just so beautiful watching him cringe. Yeah, he's not a... He means well. He has his own. He has his own issues. We made him his favorite burger, too. Bought food. No. All right, come on. We can do this. Oh, my God. I have no materials right now. I don't have any bronzium wiring. I don't have any carbonate circuit boards, but I really strongly feel like the economic stuff is going to stop going for why are we going for just don't fucking kill the disguised clone trooper. That's all I ask for. Like I just want them to go. I just want them to have their fucking turn. I feel like the economic change is going to change the scavenger. So I don't want to scavenge anything right now. You know, like I feel nervous about scavenging things. Dude, interesting. You get better PNT. I'll try that, but it'll take me. No, so Palpy, most of the time, this can be done in 10 minutes. Every once in a while, you get like really bad RNG. And that is what's happening right now. It is so very rare that this happens. Hey, Shadow. It's not late. It's 9. It's 9 o'clock. It's not that bad. I'm gonna try running both of the event specials in round 2, in phase 2. I think someone else. Yeah. So aren't I that guy from Three Scoundrels, Bones or something? No, I'm not. I am not Bones. Bones is not me. I am often on Three Scoundrels. Oh, I actually screwed that up. But let's see if we can recover that. I think we can recover that. I have been on Three Scoundrels multiple times. They yeah, that's kind of what I've been trying to, because I am aware of that, Duramana. Oh, hey, Vorius, we were just talking about you. Or we were talking about me. You. Okay. Be well, Zavor. Oh, man. Yeah, the problem with when my wife is away is I stay up way too late. Are we hating on Bones? I mean, it's... Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I had no intention of doing this. I actually got home not too long ago. I was talking about us. You're right. Not me. I was talking about us. Oh, that's going to be problematic. Fuck. does this do? Allies. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. I've already fucked this up because I didn't hit that right. Fuck. I can't stand this run anymore. All right, I'm doing this later. I'm running a different raid team. I can't. Oh my god. Shadow Man, I'm always right here. You know, you're in my DMs constantly. I'm always right here. I can't stand the clones right now. I'm doing my other 2 raid runs and then I'm going over to Conquest. I'm just waiting for hot utils to boot up. I will do the clones later. Bad Batch. Load Bad Batch. Okay. How's Conquest going? Yeah, I've been doing pretty good in Conquest this Conquest cycle. I am about a third, no, like a fourth of the way through sector 2. Hey, Caracol. What's up, buddy? YouTube is really terrible at letting people know when a raid has happened. So I don't know when you popped in. I apologize, but cheers. I will, while I'm waiting for hot utils to finish running, I'm gonna grab another beer as celebration. Give me a second. Okay. Oof, there we go. Nice. I don't even know how raids work on YouTube. To be completely honest, they're super easy on Twitch. I have no idea how to run them on YouTube. I should probably learn how to do that. That would be the smart thing to do. Look at all these new friends we have joining us, possibly for the first time. I feel special. All right. Let's see if I'm gonna screw up this run. Hopefully not. I usually this one is actually fairly consistent for me. Oh, I have to like edit things. I'm not good at that. You want you to do that. I think I can, yeah, because you're gonna go in a second, so you can. I am special. I actually had a great day in my fleet shard today, and the reason I had a great day is that nobody hit me all night, which of course means that I stayed at number 2, and if I stay at number 2, I don't even bother going to number 1. I stay there, and I didn't do a single fleet battle today. I love those days. Those are my favorite days in the world. I don't even bother. I'm ready. I'm going right back to Kyber 1. Shadow, it's happening. I'm 1 battle away from Kyber 1. I'm ready for 5s. I just got Hondo. You missed the Hondo unlock, I think, yesterday a little bit. It was a little bit early for you before you popped in. But I have like 5 more ult material that I need to do. So we're working on that right now. Fine. Yeah, I'm done with mine. I'm not. Oh yeah, well I normally only stream at night. You can see. Shadow, it's funny. I was saying to User today. I was joking with him because I help him scout for his account, and I was saying that yesterday when I did my GAC, it was the first time I ever scouted for my GAC run. I don't normally scout. And yes, it is wrong. I noticed that when I booted up the stream, that I must have fat fingered a number. Obviously, yesterday I did spend. I bought stuff. Well, not with my money, but I bought stuff. But I can't change it midstream, so. We're just gonna have to deal with it. I could have swore that that was the third round. I guess not. Right. See, that is a raid run. That was an easy run. That was beautiful. But anyway, yeah, I normally just stream Sunday mornings. I only stream not Sunday mornings if I am like co-hosting something with somebody. So like Wednesday night, I am going to be going on with Phil, and Phil and I are going to be chatting for a while. Thursday night, I might be on Three Scoundrels. I'm actually filming Zeta Protocol on Thursday night, not Wednesday like we usually do. And then Friday is Ranger's big charity stream, and I'm trying to commit to at least an hour of being able to hang out with them and hopefully raise some good money for charity. I know. My charity is being kind to Phil, and because somebody has to be, right? Like, we can't all shit on Phil all the time. All right, we loaded those, so we're gonna pop those in, and then we get to do some Conquest. Havorius, I just saw that you said, why were we talking about us? I didn't realize that. I thought you said you were talking about us, and that was confusing to me, and now I understand what you were saying. I was just telling stories. All good stuff, I promise. I don't know the exact charity, Palpy, but I know that Ranger, it is a children's cancer. I can look. Hold on. I'm going to look for you. It is, let me look at my PMs. Ranger. Where is my PMs from Ranger? Ranger J. Skew. Tiltify. To the American Cancer Society. And right now, he has raised over $100,000 overall for the American Cancer Society. Right now, in his current thing, he has raised $1,000 out of his $12,000 goal. So I am hoping to pop on Friday and help him with that a little bit. For me, I am a big fan of trying to use my, very small platform for good whenever I can. So for me, I want to do that, and I think it will be a great time. If you put your mind to it. I could, but I like, you know what? I don't like to talk about people behind their back. And when it comes to Phil, I like saying things to his face for the most part. Come on. There we go. I got Jedi Master Mace Windu last time it came around, and I have not been using him for the raid at all. I have found this run... I don't really have the mods for him yet, but I found this run to just be more reliable. Okay, we gotta do this stupid thing. And we can hit this guy. See, this is so much easier than that clone run. We spent all of that time on the frickin' clone run, and this has taken, like, no time at all. Who is this poor guy? Palpy, if you don't know Phil, Phil is actually one of my best friends in the Star Wars creator space. Fat Phil, he is a great guy. And I've said this before to people, I only make fun of people that I love. If I'm making fun of you, I probably respect you. Phil and I talk pretty much every day. I don't want to ruin the illusion. But, like we were just talking before the stream, and he's given me open season permission to make fun of him, and I've given him the same permission to make fun of me. Well, Xander, that's why I don't use Jedi Master Mace Windu. I just feel like this run I know like the back of my hand, so I don't bother. There we go. Yeah, any friendship that I have is me and my friends crapping on each other, and that is both literal and figurative, right? All right, so I'm gonna do the clone run later, while I'm sitting in bed crying myself to sleep. We need Electrium conductors. Got that for free. That was nice. We have to run hot utils one more time to get back to our regular loadout. Even after he yawned on video. I gotta get Moonborn to make like a Phil yawned music video. That would be very funny. Load my base loadout. But he's very busy right now. He's in high demand. I know Caracol has commissioned him. I know Berm has commissioned him. I think Aligal has commissioned him. Everybody's going after my Moonborn now, and I'm happy for him. All right, come on, mods, load. Load. Hopefully it's there. If you know, I'm back off the underground. You weren't biking? You're on your way here, Havorius? Zavor, didn't you go to bed like a half hour ago? I thought that was the whole thing. I thought you were like, I'm going to bed. It's past my bedtime. And I would go to bed, but when my wife's not home, I go to... Oh, I got to change this. It's not Eggs Draws right now. I guess it's Rise of the Empire, right? Because Rise of the Empire is live. And I'm loving this. I know it's like a first world thing, but I'm loving this 3 screens thing. It has made my life so much easier. All right, let's see. So we are in Sector 2. I have been doing this Captain Silvo and Vane with Leia, and it's been very funny to me. This is my team with 2 zealous ambitions. I don't know if it'll work right now because they're at low stamina. But I love that it has been working. Okay. Wish I had... Oh, no, it's not going to work. No, no, no. Gross. All right, well... I guess it's not going to work against GG with how low their stamina is right now. What can we do? Days, no losing units, buff immunity. Let's go to Discord because I always forget who the different characters are. Yeah. Let's see. Go to the stranger. Who is the buff immunity character? Jedi Knight Anakin is buff immunity. Who has days? JML has days. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis has days. Who has days on basic that I can use? Okay. All right. Sure. Let's do JML. Let's do you. Let's do that. You should be fine, right? And Jedi Knight Anakin? Sure. Actually, I should just use Padawan Obi-Wan. I always forget that I have the Omicron. And like with the Omicron, I don't have to do these fancy teams as much. Hey, Sotico. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I know I stream at weird times. I know I stream at weird times. I'm doing good. How you doing? I stream for all the Europeans, not for the Americans. I should really just use Quad Mate team. That would be the smart thing to do. Okay, so we got our buff immunities. Oh, what NBA? I'm watching the NFL right now on my side, the ESPN thing, because I'm winning my fantasy week and I want to make sure that it stays that way. What did you order from DoorDash? Food is a very real way of life for me. So knowing that is important. Guess we could just do this because I need that team anyway. I don't know, Snips, and who has days? Is it Echo that has days? That's Hunter. Echo has days. Okay. So let's do Echo. Chinese. Oh man. Did you get an extra spring roll for tomorrow morning? Because that's the true way to do things. I always order an extra egg roll for the next morning to eat cold. That's how like true OGs do it. Yep. People who don't get an extra egg roll for the next morning, they don't understand. And then when they do it, they message me and they go, "Oh shit, you're right." Shadow, I'm coming for you, man. I'm coming up through GAC just for the honor of you kicking my ass. That's it. Just so that you have the honor of beating the shit out of me. I don't actually know if this team is going to work against Ewoks, because there's assists on the team. Let's find out. Oh man, I'm telling you, spring roll for the next morning. You will message me the first time you do it. You will message me the next day and be like, fuck, you were right. Without a doubt. Like, hands down. Yeah, we're at 30 of 40 days. Okay, we're getting there. Bad Batch, I should be able to do my Leia trick. Because they don't have any way to hit me. So, where is she? Rebels. Pirates. See what happens. You could do it for fucking both, M3. A spring roll or an egg roll. It doesn't fucking matter. That depends on what your preference is. Spring rolls are just as good the next morning. All right, what do we got to do? Master Mace Windu in your squad. Win with a full squad of pirates. Okay, let's do Master Mace Windu. I wonder if this will work. Let's do Galactic Republic. This is actually a pretty friendly one. I'm not even going to use his squad. I am going to do... I'm going to get crazy here. Oh, that's Hunter. Sorry, you guys all look the same. Where the fuck did Echo go? What do you think? Yeah, so Tico, sometimes, and I live in New Jersey, on the border of New York, where there's like good pizza. Sometimes I will order Domino's for the 666 deal, and I will just order like a pizza, chicken, and a sandwich, and that'll be my food for like a day and a half. Just because I don't like to cook when my wife is not here. I don't like cooking for one person. So I feel that. Though I always, if she's not here, I will at least once order Chipotle. Because Chipotle is my happy place. Let's see, anything good? Fortified. Oh, I love fortified. I don't really... I have all the shit that I don't want to deal with, though. What I could do is maybe Lord Vader, some clone action. Well, so last night we made burgers because my brother-in-law was here, and we were making them for him, but we got extra burgers. So, like, I got home tonight, and I just threw 2 burgers on really fast. Nothing special. I literally just threw them right on and ate them. Threw some quick seasoning on. But I don't like to, like, really cook if she's not home. Sure. They weren't great burgers, man. Ads, where we're going. We don't need ads. Going back to an ad lifestyle, which kind of sucks, right? Every fucking app has ads now. All of the streaming apps all have ads now. It's almost time to go back to... I don't know if I can say it, or I'll get banned from YouTube. It's time to sail the high seas again. Right, we're going for our first. Kind reminder for you guys who saw the community event and stranger shards in there. Get your stranger shards this time. If we happen to pass the final, how many fucking Inquisitor matches am I gonna fight? Get your shards this time, and on the third time, Shadow, you should always go to get to the smoke shop, dude. Like, I'm not more important than that. Though I've said this to you, I'm not much. I do when I do a gummy. I don't smoke anymore because of my asthma. I get very anxious, so I'm not really a gummy person anymore. Uh-oh. Like, I'll have a gummy with my wife, but it makes me think too introspectively. It makes me think about things that I don't want to think about. It does not make me feel the good ways that it makes other people feel. So I tend to avoid it. Holy shit. Where was that AoE before? I'm not well versed in what I do. I get different gummies and I have all different gummy types, and I like ones that make me giggle. That's all I know. But Shadow, man, I'm telling you, if you're a smoker, fucking do it. How far away is it, right? Like, I'll probably still be here, most likely. Some say that Egnards was still doing his raid run to this very day. Let's see if this works. It makes me feel creative and sexy. Yeah, see, what happens to me is even when I do like the creative ones, which are the ones that I like like the ones that make me feel kind of silly and fun. Oh, fuck. Come on, oh, nice. Is I'll get some giggles for like an hour or two, and then it'll be time for bed, and I'll just lay in bed thinking about like the most introspective, existential shit, and it'll keep me up all night. But it is super nice that my wife does really enjoy it, and it does help her with her anxiety, and she'll go right to bed, and she will have fun and have a little bit more of a better time than I have. Oh yeah, it's like 7:40 for you. We experiment with it. I've actually, funny enough, I've been doing like a quarter gummy lately, which gives me not to, like, I don't really feel a quarter of a gummy much. I generally do a full gummy if I want like a decent high, half of a gummy if I just want a little edge. But I've been doing like a quarter lately just to like take the edge off a little bit. All right, what do I keep getting, man, I'm gonna get banned from YouTube. I keep dropping F-bombs. But all I'm getting is Ewok battles. Like, what do you want from me? It's halftime. Ewok. Like, I don't want to do Star Killer. Come on. What is this shit? Dude. Guess I just need Galactic Republic at this point, right? So I can, I don't know, I can do that. What kind of topic is this? Hot topic. Hot topic. Yum. Yes. Conquest is randomized. Your nodes are completely random other than your boss nodes. Oh, I gotta kill this Elder. You know what? When you get to be almost 40, I know you said your age before, Palpy. When I was in my early 20s, like when I was like 18, I didn't even drink. When I was in my 20s, I was like, oh no, I got to stay away from drugs. Even into my early 30s, I was kind of that same way. And I did just combine Hot Topic with Hot Pockets. When I was, like, I'm not advocating drug use, but I do think that as long as you do things safely in a safe environment, you know, you do you. When I do partake in a gummy, it is almost always at home, or it's on vacation when I'm taking Ubers and I'm not driving. So as long as you can do it safely, you do whatever. Ayahuasca? No, I don't live in New Mexico. I would love to do shrooms one time though. My wife and I have both talked about it, just as a try it kind of thing. But I generally like to be in control of my facilities, even when it comes to alcohol. I don't like to be drunk. I just really like the taste of beer and whiskey. Last Sector 1 is Tebow, Jin, Qui-Gon, Tai, and Royal Guard. We're hotboxing one day. Man, if we're hotboxing, I told you, like, you'll have to do the majority of the work, because I have developed very severe asthma over the last couple of years. Like, I have, like, 1 inhaler, 2 inhalers, 3 inhalers, 4 inhalers, 5 inhalers. Do I have one in here? No, I don't have one in there. And I have 2 more upstairs. Like, getting old sucks. Yeah. The other nice thing about being older is that you kind of, you stop giving a shit about the people who aren't shitty people in your life, right? Like when you're in your 20s, you're kind of like, oh, well, this person, like I was friends with them in high school, I can't drop them. And as you get older, you're kind of like, no, I don't care. If they're a shitty person, I'm dropping that shitty person. You know, and man, I'm all for that. Like, don't have shitty people in your life is my whole thing. I don't have any way to get any type of productive battles. I mean, I guess I can do more Galactic Republic, but I don't really need it. I think it's such a freeing experience once you figure that out, right? So Tico, like, there were so many people in my life that were not good people, and you kind of just realize, like, hey, I don't owe this person anything. And those people, like, I have this friend. Well, I mean, I haven't talked to him in years. He's someone who, like, if he called me tomorrow and said I need help, I would help him in a heartbeat. You know, if he said, hey, man, I really need a favor, I would help him. But he was a drug addict and he was an alcoholic, and when he would get drunk or high, he would just sit there and, like, hit on other people's wives and girlfriends and start fights. And so I just stopped hanging out with him because I didn't need that kind of thing in my life. But when he was sober, he was a great person. And he knows, like, if you need help, I'm there for you. But you and I, we don't see eye to eye in that way anymore. I've grown up, you haven't. And now I've heard in the last couple of years, he really has grown up. But I don't really think we have as much in common anymore. This has been an egg talk, right? We're talking about existential shit. Let's drop some hot knowledge tonight. What's our topic of discussion? What are we fucking dropping on right now? What are we going for? Can I do this with first order? Oh shit, I'm gonna try it. Oh, that would be fucking great if I could do this. We're gonna get weird. Well, you know what, Xander? Like, when it comes to the Discord community, I know you're joking. Like, I think overall our Discord community is great. I think it really is a great community. And I think that there are some bad actors, but I also think that there are just some people that, like, they don't know the right way yet. And there are some people that, like, I believe in so much. They just need the chance. They need an opportunity. I don't know if this is gonna work. And I just, like, I want to give those people that opportunity that I feel that they need. Parallel realities, man. I love this topic. So Tico, dude, I've said this before. We're gonna get a little bit dark right now, and I apologize, but I've been married for 6 years. My wife and I dated. We've known each other for 9 years. Before I started dating my wife, I was dating this girl that I lived with, and we dated for 4 years, and the first year of that relationship was great. She was a gamer. She was awesome. She was a lot of fun. But there were red flags. And as the relationship progressed, it just got more and more abusive, right? It would start with, like, calling me stuff, or I realize now, like, it actually pisses me off when people use the word gaslight incorrectly, and they just use it to mean, like, lying once or twice. Because she would gaslight me constantly into thinking I was, like, batshit insane. And there were times where she would push me and throw shit at me. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible situation to be in, and it was fucking awful. And I resigned myself to that. And I say these things because I really want people to understand that there is better out there. But what I will tell you is that I would not trade that experience for the world, because from that experience and from that relationship, I learned exactly what I need from a partner, and I learned exactly what traits I'm looking for in a partner, and I learned the communication style that works well for me. And that is what led me to my wife, right? So I'm getting dark here, but when Tico says, like, not everyone is a reoccurring character in your story, I firmly and truly believe that just because somebody is in your life for a short amount of time doesn't mean that they're not an important part of your life. Some friends are brought into our lives forever, right? And you have those friends that are from grade school all the way till literally the day you die. And some friends, they're really great friends of yours for 3 years. There's this one girl who is directly responsible for getting me out of that relationship that I was in. Like, directly responsible, and helped me out so much getting out of that relationship. And at the same time, I met her at a time where she was a 26-year-old widow because her husband's heart just stopped in the middle of the night. And we both needed each other at that time in our lives. A year and a half after all of that went down, we don't talk anymore. Nothing bad happened. We didn't need each other anymore, and we both moved on, and it was great. And I could text her right now, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, how are you? Let's go get drinks." And I would do the same if she texted me. But we don't need each other in the same way that we needed each other at that point in our life, right? Some people are there for a very temporary amount of time, and some people are there all of the time. and it doesn't change either of their importance. And M3 is in my life literally just to tell me to take my vitamin D every Sunday morning. That is exactly right, man. It really is. Pal, man, we all go through our shit, and that's it. We all go through our shit, and sometimes it sucks in the moment, and it doesn't make it better after the moment. But we go through our shit because we need to go through our shit. Is is really all I got. I came on tonight because I was like bored. Here here I am like dropping my innermost shit. Um but that is why, and I've said this to people on Reddit, and I've said this to people on Discord, is that if you are ever in a situation where you just need to vent to somebody who is outside of the situation, shoot me a DM. I can't always respond right away, but shoot me a DM. If you just need somebody to say those things to, who can affect the situation itself, awesome, I'm there. You know, M3, I thought I had it covered. I thought I was at a place where I didn't need you anymore. And then this Sunday, you reminded me, and I was like, oh shit, I guess I still do need him. That's it, Xander. It really is. My best friend and I, we haven't seen each other in over a year. But like every time we see each other or we go out to dinner or something, like it's like no time has passed at all. And that is, you're right, that is like true friendship. uh I don't know what to, I don't really have ways to get productive battles right now. uh, I guess I could do more clones, right? What is sector 3? No, because sector 3 I need clone kills. That is true. You are. I would not trade it for the world. I don't want to use clones because I need clone kills. What can I do? There's a small AoE here. Um, what if I do? He's an attacker. No, ooh, Rock is a support. Okay, again, we're gonna get crazy. I don't know if this is gonna work. I have no idea, but we're gonna try it. Look at that. It's beautiful. There's just people in your life, right, that are just like, hey, you're always there. People still have ambition in the Shadow. Where are you supposed to go out and get your smokes, man? Okay. This, I mean, there's no GG here, so maybe this will work. What other shit do we want to learn about me tonight? No, it's not gonna work. Nope, it's not gonna work. Okay. Let's do. Let's do Galactic Republic. Oh, let's do Jedi Master Mace Windu. See what happens. Mason friends. I said I'm just getting drunk instead, and I'll go tomorrow morning. I'm joining you, man. I don't usually drink Modelo. I ran out of my beer of choice is Allagash, and I've run out. That tank feat is the worst. I really hate the tank feat. It's not hard to do. It's just like the battle is so slow. My wife is on a business trip until Friday. She's at her company's headquarters because they can't seem to hire an account manager that that is competent. So she constantly has to go in. Come on, why we gotta kill the old lady? Whatever. Leia's tanks. Yeah, you could do it with Leia. I've been doing it with Malgus, Third Sister. Okay. Malgus, Third Sister, Darth Malik, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. I've been doing it with Dark Side tanks. Is the story? Okay, I think that my guys are using extortion, which is a problem. Really need them to stop doing that. There we go. Oh, well, I'm glad that I changed your mind about me. That's one of the reasons that I started doing streaming, is that I feel like with Reddit, people were not really understanding me very well when using only Kylo Ren. And I was like, you know what? I need people to like talk to me, and maybe they'll understand that I'm not trying to be as much of a dick as I'm coming off as. I don't know. We'll see. Can he do it? Let's find out. We're gonna just throw it on auto. Well, I mean, I've got like almost 2 million karma on Reddit because I do like talking to people. I like communicating with people. I think it feels like I'm very cold and straightforward on Reddit, and I understand why it feels that way. I definitely understand that. It's just I don't have to try to be a dick. Thanks. I just think that it I don't know, tone can really change text versus, oh, we're doing both sectors? No? Okay. Yeah, words, that's what it is. Words don't show emotion, so it can be really, really hard to portray what you're trying to say. And I think that people don't like being corrected, so when they get corrected, then they feel like I'm being a dick to them, but I'm just trying to get correct information out. So then I started streaming, and I haven't looked back. and we've had some, I have some really great supporters. I remember uh, the first time that I went live, I was like, nobody's gonna watch this. I am brand new to this. I think like 6 people joined my stream because they knew who I was, and they're like, "Oh wow, what are you doing on Twitch?" Um, and now we've grown a lot, and we have this awesome community that I love being a part of. Um, and I want to continue growing because I like again, because I like communicating. That's it. I like talking to people. I really, really like talking to people. I really love like understanding different situations. I know it doesn't come off on Reddit, but it is something that I really like to do. When I travel, I like to go to like hole in the wall places. I like to give chances to things that other people aren't doing. If not for being semi like shy in the sense of talking to strangers, I probably would be the kind of person to just go up to random people and start chatting with them. Thankfully, I do have a little bit of that shy gene because otherwise I would never get anything done at all. 3 minutes left in this game. The last thing I have to do is that same raid run. Is I've finished all of my. I say love. Yeah, well, that's what you guys like go crazy in the chat. And I'm like, guys, just please don't hate me. Like, stop making me yell at you guys because I don't want to. Well, I got nothing left to do. What do we chat about? I can always go upstairs and do my last raid run and watch. There's only murders in the building. Man, M3, listen, here's the thing. Streaming is very weird. Anyone that wants to try it, I say just try it, right? But like streaming is very weird because, I talk to you guys and you guys aren't talking back, right? You're like typing back. You're basically talking into a void. And when you first start, when I first started, I had a very small fan base already because of Reddit. But when you first start, you're basically talking nothing, and you have to like kind of talk to nothing without knowing that you're talking. You just have to narrate and talk and not have dead space. Um, can we be? I guess I could just run the last raid run and get mad for the next half hour, right? Um, but my advice to anyone that wants to start streaming, honestly, is start cheap. If you already have the setup, right? You have a mic, you have a camera, great. Start cheap. And try it, and maybe you don't like it, and if you don't like it, then great, you haven't really spent anything, you haven't really lost anything. And if you do like it, you start to upgrade your system. I started on my work laptop. I was doing everything on my work laptop with this $30 mic, right? With my laptop's onboard camera. And it was slow and it was shitty. Now I'm in the process. I realize that I really enjoy it. I'm in the process of slowly upgrading things. We got the PC last year with help from you guys who helped me fundraise through that through sponsored games. We upgraded the mic to something that you can't see it because I'm so zoomed in here, but I got a really nice mic because I really love doing this, and it's worth it. But you never know until you just try. I only had one monitor when I started. I had the one monitor, kind of sucked. It was a little bit annoying. Now I have 3. You know, monitors are not that expensive now. Each of these monitors was $100. And that's a lot at once if you don't know that you'll like something. But, you know, you can always upgrade in the future. Last GAC season, you know what? I actually really enjoyed this last GAC season. I was nervous about, well, I'll tell you this first. This team here, my Mon Mothma team, has held so many times in the last like 3 months. It is underestimated, and it gets holds, I'd say 2 out of 3 matches for the last 3 months. I love it. This team I was very nervous about, the Ray with the Raycron. And I've been beating it with my Ufus without any problems at all. So I've overall this 3v3 season, I have had fun. I only faced Honda once, which was actually this match. Yeah, I faced Cybex. He messaged me. He was very nice. He messaged me beforehand. We actually quickly chatted. I wanted to get in and watch his match. I actually watched his match today, this afternoon. His guildmate sent it to me on YouTube, and I watched it. But he was. I think I faced him before because his name was very familiar, and I know the guild leader, Nomad, their guild leader. I met him in Connecticut. We both drove about 2 hours to go to a brewery in Connecticut, and we hung out. We had a bunch of beers. We got burgers. Like, it was great. Well, we got barbecue. It was a great time. Great guild. Xylox crew. I don't remember what my full... I think I can see, right? My full record for this GAC was 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my record was 5-4, which not amazing, but whatever. I did fine. With the beta, I was also kind of deprioritizing my GAC a little bit because I needed to do beta testing. Am I close to painting the walls? So my basement, you know what's funny, Xander? I actually got a message from my mortgage company 2 weeks ago. Apparently FEMA upgraded the maps in my area, and now I'm in a special flood zone. So I had to get flood insurance. I would love to do my basement, but I need a French drain. And then I need to do the floors because we ripped up the floors when we moved in because of the mold issue from water leaking in. My basement is in like an L shape, and I would, you know, I think my wife could be convinced to allow me to paint the walls green on one portion of the L shape, honestly. I think she would be okay with that. But, I mean, we're talking about like 25 grand worth of work that needs to be done in my basement first. Shadow, we could scout, man. I might do some scouting next season. I mean, I scout for users, so might as well scout for myself now. So, Duramana, that is part of what we need to do, is regrading. And I actually did have a landscaper come in at the beginning of the summer, and he redid our whole front garden. Our front garden was graded on a negative grade, which was stupid. And and we had him put in a foot of rock layer and then a bunch of bushes, and that has helped significantly. But I do want to do the drainage system, because especially now that we are technically in a flood zone, you know, I don't want to redo my entire basement and then it get flooded. So it's just one of those things that needs to get done. But you know, our house was a renovation, and we've had a lot of issues with the ways that they've done things. So we've had to do a lot of other things right now. Well, it's a special flood zone, so it's like a 100-year flood zone. It's not anything crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh, so like right now we have a patio door, and we had to take the doorknob off of the patio door before they would approve the inspection, because they completely knocked out the entire patio and porch. And since we've moved in, that's been like the one thing we really want to like do as a passion project, to do our backyard. But every time we're like, oh hey, we're in a good position to do this now, we've had some other stupid thing that we've had to do. We just had a huge plumbing thing we had to take care of, which was very annoying. It's pissing me off. I know I'm not winning this, but drug smoke third parties. Man, Palpy, have you been on any of my other streams before? Because we got our songs and shit. I just don't have any reason to play the songs right now. I know that I'm losing this match. It doesn't matter. Yep. There it is. We actually just want to do polished concrete for our floor. So we don't want to do anything crazy with our flooring. We had like fake wood down there. And we ripped it all up. But we figure it's already concrete, so we lay a thin layer of it and then just get it polished. Is it time to draw an infographic? No. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a drawing tonight, but it depends on how annoyed I am with this fucking run. Yeah, I still have to do rugs upstairs. No. I'm not that old, man. And I'm a martial artist, dude. Like, I have balance. Shadow, the day that we moved in, it took us weeks to move in because they kept having to push back the inspections. And I kept taking off Saturdays from work to move in, and then we couldn't do it. And then the day we moved in, I couldn't take off from work. And so my in-laws came down to help my wife. And by help my wife, I mean just be there, because we had movers coming. And my father-in-law, it's torrential downpour. My father-in-law gets the idea that he needs to go downstairs and see our basement after this torrential downpour in our brand new house that has nothing down yet. And literally, as I'm leaving work, I get a call from my wife saying, "Hey, we're headed to the hospital. My dad just slipped down the stairs." So my motherfucking father-in-law decided to go down the stairs, fell on the top stair, didn't grab the handle, fell down every stair, and destroyed his shoulder. So you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, come on. I was, well, you know, I feel like the reason I wasn't cool in high school is because teenagers are shitty people. And yeah, no, he's fine now. He didn't like die or anything. Well, my basement stairs now have like grips on them. But I didn't have that stuff set up yet because we hadn't moved in yet. So he in the and my father-in-law was an estimator and like a risk analyst his entire career. But he decided, you know what? This is like really smart to do. Let me go down these stairs right now. That was stupid. Oh, so Tico, be well, man, with that food. Well, that's okay. I might have won this. Depends. Sometimes this is a win. Oh, thank God. Keep in mind, I'm almost 40, so I was a kid. I was a teenager and in high school in the early 2000s. And in the early 2000s, like, it was like right before being a nerd was cool. It was like literally, I missed being cool by like 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years later, being a nerd was like the coolest fucking thing in the world. But when I was in school, it was like, you're dog shit. Oh, thank God. Let's see, we're gonna go back to my base loadout. Do we have anything else to talk about? I don't really want to do, like, I'm too tired to do drawing. I am still, I don't think, I don't have friends. You know, well, I do, but like, I haven't seen any of my friends in months. We just group chat and talk. When you get to 40, you guys who are in your 20s, man, take it from us older guys. Like, you don't have, like, all my friends, we all have jobs. Most of them have kids. Like, you don't have fucking time to go out anymore. And I think about that so much. Like, I used to see my friends every day. Go out. Like, go out and hang out and do shit. And, you know, like, one thing that I do think about is how, I don't have kids, but like with kids, they always say, oh, there comes that time where you hold your kid for the last time and you never know when that is or whatever. It's the same thing in your 20s. There is that last time that you close at the bar at 4. You know, 4 in the morning. And that's fine because I don't miss it. But like, you never know when that day is going to be. Like the last time, the last week that you hang out with your friends 5 nights in a week. It's just, it is what it is. M3, I feel you. Listen, man. My mom died of blood cancer. My dad died of brain cancer. My grandmother, who is my last extended family member, just died a few weeks ago. Um, my best friend had thyroid cancer twice. Thankfully, he is in remission. He survived. My other best friend had ball cancer, which spread to his lymph nodes. But thankfully, he's in remission now. I've had multiple friends who have, died by suicide, who have taken their own lives. It becomes a fact of life, and it kind of sucks. Yeah, I can't recall. I didn't think that tonight was gonna get deep, but I like, you know what? I like talking about deep shit because you don't get to talk about deep shit often. Um, and so it is kind of nice when you get to do that. Um, it's, I don't have to run these missions, but I'm just going to so that there's something playing in the background. But I also randomly platooned my characters, so I don't even know what teams I have available, if we're completely honest. Sure. Yeah, man. Like I talk to my friends, like I text them all the time, and I'm sure you do too. And like I'm in a group chat with my buddy, and we talk all the time. But it is different than if you remember in your 20s, like heading over to your buddy's house and just being like, "Hey, man, what's up? Let's get a pizza." Or like your girlfriend breaks up with you, and you call your friend, and you're just like, "Hey, dude, like let's go get a drink." Like, it doesn't happen as you get older. And Duramana, I agree with you when it comes to like I think the idea of masculinity and feeling like you don't need anybody can be a big deal, and it can be a frustrating thing when you're not willing to admit those things, which is why I'm so it's part of the reason why I'm so open to talking about these things, is because I feel like the only way things can change is if you admit them, and if you talk about them, and if you normalize talking about those things. So I generally am an open book, and I am willing to talk about uncomfortable topics. And listen, between Twitch and YouTube right now, there are 65 of you here, and we haven't talked any Star Wars in a while. And hey, I give you guys like some major credit for like being here and listening to me drone on about real life shit. And I can only hope that those of you that maybe were in my situation 15 years ago, you're like, oh, hey, I'm going to take his advice. And those of you that are about my age, just knowing that there's other people out there kind of doing the same thing that you're doing. The game is Relic Delta'd. Shadow, that's what I was saying to you yesterday, man. Like when I was saying, stop fucking talking to me and go hang out with your friends. Because because you never know, like you're in your mid-20s, and once friends start having like kids, life changes a lot. And I don't have kids. Me and my wife are trying, like we want kids, but all of my friends do, and it makes it hard to hang out with them. And I love their kids. They're like my little nieces and nephews, so I don't mind hanging out with them. They're kids, but like they have other shit to do. They have other family that wants to see the kids. You're burned out by 3. No, listen, Rayrock, man. What I'm saying is that I give you guys credit for not like being scared away, right? And being like, oh, this dude is just droning on about real life. No, I'm always down to talk deep. Yeah, man. We'll see. With me and kids, we'll, my I forgot what the fuck it's called. PCOS. My wife has PCOS. I think that's what it's called. And it becomes very tough to have kids. And we're kind of in the process of uh, trying to navigate that and figure that out. Um, and you know, we're seeing what we can do about that to kind of like make, you know, to see if having kids naturally is even feasible for us. Um, and like I personally, I'm very open to adoption. I don't have any problem with it at all. My wife, I think, really wants to have her kids naturally, um, which I do seem, you know, I think there's a little bit of an irony, at least to me, because she was adopted from overseas. But I also understand just everybody's different. I don't care who I give a home to. I just want to be able to provide for and give a home to a kid, somebody, my kid, natural or otherwise. Someone's about to say something really interesting or respond to my question. Then Twitch says, "Would you like a PlayStation?" Yeah, we want to get light. Favorite movies, man. Street Fighter is my favorite movie. Hands down, I will fight anybody. Street Fighter 1994 is my favorite movie of all time. I remember my brother being in Europe with my grandmother, and we had an illegal cable box at the time, and Street Fighter was on pay-per-view at that time, and I sat in his room. I was so sad that he was gone that I sat in his room the entire like 2 weeks and just watched Street Fighter over and over and over again. And it has become my favorite movie of all time. Lady Geek, I know you and I have talked about that a little bit, maybe a few months ago. Shadow, ironically, I'm actually more of a... Basics. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat person. Jean-Claude Van Damme is perfect, and I think that people do not give him enough credit for playing Guile. I think everybody's always like, oh, he's not American, like he's playing an American soldier. Like, fuck you. Like, Street Fighter, for those of you who don't know, is like the second video game movie to ever come out. The second video game adaptation to ever come out, not video game movie. Mario in 1993 was the first ever. And so there was and Street Fighter back in those days, it didn't have a story. Who gives a shit about the story? It is a perfect, ridiculous, stupid movie, and I love it to death. And Bloodsport is one of my favorite movies of all time. You want a sad movie, A Walk to Remember? Fuck M3. You want a sad movie? We Live in Time, which came out last year. I cried the entire fucking movie, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. I was crying the entire movie, We Live in Time. I came out of that movie, like, bawling, and, man. Bloodsport is a favorite. Star Wars is a favorite movie. I love Star Wars, Palpy. I really, really do. But my thing with the original trilogy, which I do think is the superior of the three trilogies, I think people put it on too much of a pedestal. If you watch Star Wars with a critical lens, it's so campy. And I think people just think of it too, like, it's too amazing, and it's good, like, it's really good. But I you would have Egg. I do. Yes, I am the Egg. That's the whole character, man. that the whole character is an egg. That's my whole avatar, is me as an egg. Bloodsport. So Rayrock, interesting enough, I forgot the guy's name. Something Dukes, Frankie Dukes, right? I actually have the book. I have his autobiography, and his I don't want to burst your bubble, but his autobiography has been largely criticized as being bullshit and having like there's no proof of anything that he says, and there's nobody that can corroborate any of his stories, and half of the stories in his book don't actually make any sense. I've read it. It's a great read, but the majority of people that have been in the same circles as him say that it's all bullshit. So don't give too much to it. I've actually tried to give some Korean soap operas a try, only because like I'm trying to learn Korean. It's been a while since I've actually done any of my lessons because I've been so busy lately. But my brother lives in Korea. My sister-in-law is from Korea, so I've tried to learn the language. So I've also tried to like watch stuff and expose myself more to the language. Palpy, I honestly don't even know, but he wasn't dispelling on auto, so I just kind of put it on auto basic. Yeah, I have the book. It is a nice read, but it's not like I'm pretty positive it's bullshit. Which is sad because I grew up idolizing the idea of it. Look at this. I have none of my teams because I gave up all of my platoons. You learned to cook for her. I can't cook Korean food. I can't cook Korean food at all. But when I was in Korea, I had some great food. What's the Nards part in Egnards? Egnards started as Egnar, Egnar, and then usernames. And that started, for those of you that don't know, and a lot of you do know, that started in Star Wars Galaxies. So years and years and years and years ago. And then the Nards part of that came to when like usernames for things needed more letters. It was like, oh, you need 7 letters in order for this to be your username. So I kind of just randomly added the Nards, and I've been using Egnar for 22 years, Egnards for probably about 15. But all of my alts in games would always have like a egg theme to them. So I'd name like my alt like eggs over easy or sunny side up or whatever, because I've hopped on the egg train very early. Yeah, I'm not a kimchi. My wife loves kimchi. I like to make like Korean inspired ramen. I know ramen Japanese, but we'll go to H Mart and we'll get stuff. When we were in Korea, I think we went to Korean barbecue once. I actually we got cut off when the last time my sister-in-law was in the States. We were in Manhattan, and we got cut off at a Korean barbecue. And I don't know if you guys know about Korean culture, but they have a heavy drinking culture. So to get cut off in a Korean barbecue restaurant on a Saturday night, like it's pretty intense. They were like, no, we're not serving you anymore. You've had way too much. Palpy, the thing is, with kits, there's 307 kits in the game, something like that. And it's just hard to remember every little thing when you have every character in the game. Just kind of guess half the time. Tenacity, Robomelon. Tenacity. Koreans have loads of noodle dishes. You're lucky to have it. Yeah, HMAR is in. It's about a half hour away in Paramus, which is a really, really, uh, really shitty part of New Jersey that nobody wants to drive through. Must have been an expensive bill. I don't know. My brother paid it. I have no idea what the bill was. So it was an interesting day, actually. I'll tell this story and then I got to go because it's almost 11. My brother came into town, and my brother is the kind of person who, he'll tell you he's coming to town 3 days before he does. And during those 3 days, you'll ask, hey, do you need a place to stay? Hey, do you need a place to stay? Hey, do you need a place to stay? And he'll say, no, I got it covered. No, I got it covered. No, I got it covered. And then 6 hours before he shows up, he'll be like, hey, I need to stay at your house for a week. And that week will not be a week. It'll be 3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks every single time. So he showed up with his wife, and we have a guest room. We right after we came back from Korea, we had this room off to the side of the office that I said, I know I don't see my brother a lot. I want to set up a guest room for any time he comes to stay. So we had set up a guest room. Him and his wife stayed. And we went into the city with them. And the plan was to go into the city and to just have a drink or two and then head home. So we went into the city. We went to a brunch spot that I really like called 44 and 10th. If anyone's ever been there, we go a couple times a year. It was pretty close to closing. We had like 2 drinks there. We closed out the tab. Great. It was still pretty early, so we went to our favorite bar, which is Beer Culture, which is in Hell's Kitchen. We had like 2 beers there, and we were ready to go home. We were looking at bus times. My sister-in-law is very shy. She knows very little English. She's a very, very nervous person. And when we got to leave, she through text, like, she'll try to speak English. I'll try to speak a little Korean, but we'll usually use Google Translate. Through text, she asked, like, hey, do you guys want to go to Korean barbecue with us? So we were already like 4 drinks in. We were just surprised that she wanted to hang out and do something. So we said, yeah, sure, we'll go to Korean barbecue. And she was showing us, so we went to Korean barbecue in Manhattan. She was showing us the, I don't remember what they call it, but it's when you take soju and you put it in beer. And they get like really violent with it. You like put a shot of soju in the beer, and then you like take a spoon and you like fucking go to town on it. We probably downed like 4 beers and maybe 3 bottles of soju. And we went to order more, and they were like, no, you guys need to fucking leave. And we stumbled out of there. Somik, I think, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Or is it Shomik? Yeah, well, we had, I'm so bad on my pronunciation. Sumik. I'll have to look it up later. And we went to the Port Authority. And I remember that we had 45 minutes until our bus. And my wife and I, we sat down and we both fell asleep. And like 20 minutes later, we woke up and there was just like a pile of vomit next to my wife, because at some point she just threw up and went back to sleep. And we were in Port Authority. And for any of you who have ever been in Port Authority, like, nobody cares. Nobody said anything about the vomit. Nobody was looking at us. It was a very interesting night, and it was a very awful next day of work for me. But it was a very, very, very fun night. I don't normally drink like that. I don't condone drinking like that. But it was a very, very fun night to be in the city. With that said, I'm going to check Twitch to see if anyone is on. But I do need to go to bed. I do have work tomorrow. I do. I hope you guys. Oh, Big Boat is on. Yeah, and I love my sister-in-law. I really do. Hey, Cybix. I don't know if I said that correctly. It was an awesome match, man. I actually watched. Nomad sent it to me. Nomad sent me the match today, and I sat down and watched the whole thing. I wanted to be there, but it was too late at night. I had asked him. I was like, "Can I join your Discord and watch this?" I already did it. Like, I don't care what he does. I'm just curious. I want to see somebody fighting my defense. But I always love when there's people that I either know or like who reach out to me. It's super cool when that happens. But we are towards the end. And yes, so my sister-in-law and I, we don't talk often. But we'll text on Instagram every once in a while because it translates. And she knows she's part of the family, and you know, like, she's welcome to stay here anytime. So you know, it is. That's why I'm trying to learn Korean. Is I want her to know that I'm, you know, she's part of our family. All right. With that said, it is time to go. No, it is. I'm gonna raid out to Big Boat because I love Big Boat. He's not playing Star Wars, but just, you know, be nice, say hey. I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate you guys. We got deep tonight. I really, we got really deep, like super deep tonight, like crazy into some like really crazy shit. And you guys stayed and you chatted with me through it, and I heard some of your life experiences, and that's cool, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you listening to my stories too. So I will see you guys maybe Wednesday night if you pop on for me and Phil. All right, so peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your night.